Dan joins us with our top story.
Kevin and Stacy, as you mentioned, the Iowa Guard is getting ready for its biggest deployment in about 70 years. 3,500 soldiers were getting the word officially today, and so are their families, and they need that time to prepare and to get ready. Brigadier General Tim Orr made the announcement today here at the Joint Force headquarters. He's the leader of the Iowa National Guard. He confirmed the news today. He says the state's 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 34th Infantry Division, will be deploying to Afghanistan in the fall of 2010. Now, many of the Guard members here in Iowa have actually been in Afghanistan over the last 7 years, so they kind of know what to expect, at least many of them do. But to never have so many gone at one time. They're coming from 30 different communities all across the state. And they say that getting this alert out early actually helps families to prepare. And we talked to the wife of one soldier in Grimes who says that she really appreciates that.
We have 2 kids, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old little girl, so that plays a huge role in getting ready from now until they mobilize, if they do mobilize. So a lot of family time, and it'll be okay.
Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this actually could change. They could change the alert. They could cancel this alert because it is a year out. Really, it all depends on what happens and the progress of the war in Afghanistan.
And Todd, do they know what they'll be doing in Afghanistan?
Well, they'll be doing a lot of things, but primarily all these troops in this division are trained as combat troops, so they'll be right in the forefront of the fight in Afghanistan.
All right, Todd, thank you very much.
KCCI News Channel 8, Iowa's news leader.
You just have to be ready at all times. If you're not, then it's not good.
Thousands of Iowa military families are on alert. Their soldiers are heading to Afghanistan.
3,500 troops from all over the state have received their marching orders. It's Iowa's largest troop deployment since the days of World War II. The unit getting a very early notice that they won't be leaving for another year.
News Channel 8's Todd Megal is here with reaction from soldiers and their families.
Well, I think it's probably safe to say they knew in the back of their minds that this was probably coming. After nearly 7 years in Iraq and Afghanistan, Iowa National Guard soldiers know the drill by now, but news of such a big deployment is still something they have to get used to.
The unit will be mobilized for up to 12 months, with most of that period spent in Afghanistan.
And with that, Iowa National Guard Brigadier General Tim Orr announced the largest call-up of Iowa soldiers in 70 years. 3,500 men and women from 30 communities across the state. Most members of Iowa's 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 34th Infantry Division, have already spent time in Afghanistan, and they are well prepared.
You will absolutely be able to not have quite the learning curve when you first hit the ground of figuring out a little more about the culture and the makeup of their forces and how they operate.
But the Iowa troops have never deployed as an entire unit, and they've never had a year to prepare.
We have a mission, and the intent of all this early deployment notification is so that we can take care of our families and our employers, get some predictability. That really is the driving piece.
So I wasn't really surprised at all when my husband said, oh, we got a phone call.
Anna Fuller's husband has been deployed to Iraq, and she and other spouses appreciate the extra time to get ready for Afghanistan.
It actually helps more than people may think. There's so many things you have to get ready. There's making sure you have financial stuff in order, powers of attorney up to date, just the little things. Notifying even your neighbors, just knowing that your husband or spouse is going to be gone.
Lots to do. Iowa employers also need time to prepare for more than 3,000 workers who will be temporarily leaving their jobs to fight somewhere in Afghanistan.